Going into surgery is nothing short of stressful. But imagine being on the operating table waiting for your surgeon, only to find out he's been arrested on meth charges. Today, we're unpacking this exact story and more. On the 24th of May, 2022, plastic surgeon Dr. William Wright Adams found himself at the center of attention for the following officers on his morning commute to work, where his first patient was just about to be sedated in time for his arrival.
I'll explain everything, okay?
What's going on?
I'll explain everything, alright?
I'm supposed to be operating right now.
Okay, that's fine. This is more important right now. Definitely. Alright? Is this too tight to pull your hands? You work the second set?
I want this going.
Operating where at? Operating where at? You
I'm a
said
plastic surgeon.
Okay, where at?
My office
Where's that at?
on 9th Avenue North.
You got anything in your pockets or anything?
I don't think so.
I'll check.
Without wasting any time, officers then went on to search his car for any drugs.
Definitely searching that. I saw him picking it up while we were following him too. I know you probably have no clue what's going on right now, but I think you have a perspective of what I'm going to bring up that I'd appreciate statements for. That's up to you. I want to ask you specific questions, but before I do that, I have to read you your rights. Okay? We do that with everyone that's in custody. Okay?
Okay.
All right? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you. You could decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now?
My attorney, Kevin Hazler.
After collecting the doctor's belongings from the vehicle, officers then thoroughly search through his backpack when they find Dr. Adams' pot of gold.
Do you have a meth test kit by any chance? If not, I might have it in my truck. station, but I will bring that.
The officer then got a hold of Dr. Adams' attorney, and this is what happened next.
Hi, this is Detective Bauer with St. Pete Police.
Hey, Detective Bauer, how are you? Kevin Hazlett here.
Good, Kevin.
Just talking to your sergeant. I'm just gonna, if you could do me a favor, just put it on speaker. I'll let Bill know what I just said to your sergeant.
He's right here. He can hear you. You want to confirm that you can hear him?
Yes. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill, here's what we're gonna do. I talked to the sergeant, who's a nice young lady. What we're gonna do at this point is we're gonna invoke your rights against self-incrimination. This is not the time to tell your story. There will be a time. This is not that time. So I have invoked your rights against speaking to them. We'll have an opportunity to speak to the right people at the right time. Just today's not the time. So I'm going to ask you not to answer any more of the questions. They're not going to ask you any more questions. I would ask Bill that you don't voluntarily want to explain what happened because there'll be a time for that. Do you understand that, Bill?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's assume that you've been given propofol and you can't talk. Okay, so just say nothing. Let's go ahead and just I'll connect with you. I will get you bonded out of jail this afternoon. It will take probably till 3 or 4 o'clock today. They've got to book you. They've got to take you. This process takes some time. So after you get out, you and I will talk. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then at the appropriate time, we will talk to the people that need to hear your story, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
No problem.
Thank you, Detective.
Thank you.
Detective.
No worries.
Thank you, Sergeant. If your sergeant's still there,
I will let her know.
appreciate it. Yeah, Bill won't be making any statements. And then if it's possible, if it's not, I totally understand. If someone could just let me know at this number that he's been at Pinellas County Jail,
Okay.
and I'll go over there and make sure he's fine. If you don't want to, that's fine. But if you could, as a courtesy, I certainly would appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll see if I can do that.
That'd be wonderful, and I really appreciate it. Bill, I'll talk to you this afternoon, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Bill.
Take care.
Thanks, you guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Doc here, seemingly forgetting that possessing and using drugs is illegal in Florida, was surprisingly later released with 0 charges to his name. Is his lawyer earning a pay rise, or is this another example of our justice system failing us yet again? Next up, on October 22nd, 2018, Detective David Snyder from the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office got an unexpected call about a man named Leroy Thompson impersonating an officer in a Verizon wireless store. Here's the body cam footage.
Listen, I just got back and I said, let me come get this real quick.
All right, man. My name is Detective Snyder. Obviously, you know, we've been out here talking to you for a while. I do want to read your rights to you so you're aware of them, okay?
Okay.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and have him or her with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you before questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering at any time. You understand your rights?
Yes.
All right. So what, you had a question for me?
Hey, what's your last 4 of your social?
That's my badge number on there too. Okay, go ahead.
You had a question for me, you said?
That was by asking if I was on arrest right here.
No, you're not under arrest right now. But I do want to just verify a couple of things, okay?
Okay.
Obviously, we came here because we got a call that there was somebody inside, looked like a police officer, but didn't have, you know, all of the badges or anything for anybody locally. So, you know, from time to time, we get people from out of county.
Yeah.
So we came by here, obviously, to try and figure that out.
Yes.
You do have a badge on that says
Yeah,
officer.
usually you said I have my work shirt. It's just that I was explaining to him I came from North Carolina. I'm from Jamaica. It's 42 degrees up there, so I have a sweater, my work shirt, and another shirt on because it's cold, and then this to get somewhere. Usually it's underneath, and I have my work shirt showing, yeah.
Okay.
So that's why
all right.
it's...
All right. But obviously, I mean, you're here in Florida. It's not...
Yeah, I just got back, yeah.
Right, it's not cold, so...
So
I spoke to your supervisor. He said you don't even live down here. Why are you down here?
my mom lives off on my...
You can just tell me. You don't have to
on
pull
my
anything
Florida
out.
Ida's license. It's Parsons Street, Port St. Lucie, Florida. So I decided to stop to get my phone, head there for 12 hours because I have to go back to work and get some sleep and then head back to Melbourne.
Okay.
So that was the entire reason why I'm even here.
Okay. Your boss, I talked to Robert. He's your boss. He said you had told him you were going to Melbourne.
I was gonna stop in Palm Bay.
Palm
see a
Bay,
female.
okay.
Yeah. And then I came down here because my mom called me. I can't even see the call log.
Understand.
So come down here.
According to Robert, if you go into a place like this, and obviously that rig comes right off, Why don't you just take it off?
I've never heard that. Yeah, I've never heard that. It's not even in the policy handbook.
So he's never told you that before, that you're not allowed to go into when you're not working?
Robert, personally, no.
Officer Snyder then goes on to explain in detail about what Leroy is allowed to do and not to do while not actively working his role.
I don't want to get hung up on semantics, but
okay, no problem.
Has anybody ever told you at any point during your training, was it included in your training or in any documents or anything you've ever seen, that when you're not coming to and from work, you're not allowed to go inside open carrying a firearm because you had a gun on?
Yeah.
What kind of gun was that?
It's a Glock 17.
Glock 17, and it was loaded?
It is. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously the detective over there removed it for now.
I forgot.
And then you had a taser on too. Is that?
Yeah, we use taser because we transport inmates. And
so that taser works. It's a full function. Okay.
Yes.
In your training, at any point, did anybody ever tell you when you're not in the actively working, like Robert explained, if you're transporting somebody, you have to stop and get gas. Something breaks down, you got to go into a store, something like that. But right now, you're not doing that.
The only thing that referenced that is in regards to the G license, when we were briefly going over because
you have a G license?
I do. It's regulated by the Department of Agriculture, so some of the things are similar in regards to what armed security guards do. So we briefly went over.
So is a G license the same as a concealed carry license?
No, it's not.
It's different.
As I was, it's hard to explain. For us to work as prison transport here in the state of Florida, we have to have a G license, or they couldn't hire us to do prison transport.
Right.
So that's the only reason why we have a G license.
So you currently, right now, as of today's date, which is the 22nd of October,
has my G license.
You have an active G license.
I think one of these officers have it.
Hey, Sarmi, is that license, the G license, is it active?
No record found as of NCIC.
What?
Name for that number that on there.
For the G license.
What?
Or whatever this is. Yeah, this is the.
For that, what is that right there? Can you bring that to me, Fred?
I have my D license also. You know, my wallet is in here. It's just my wallet. Okay.
When was that G license issued?
It's the same, like, legit.
Leroy then tries to convince Officer Snyder, who's having a hard time believing him, who then doesn't waste time confronting him.
Yeah. This year or last year? Actually last year, because I did my medical, because you have to do your medical.
Okay, this is a D license.
Yeah, and so I got them I got this like a month after I got this. Yeah, I legit got it like a month after I got that. Because I just did my medical. I had my medical examination.
This is not the same card though. These cards come with the Florida Department of Agriculture on the back. Why isn't it on this one? Okay, let me ask you this. How did you get this?
They mailed it to me here in from Tallahassee.
They mailed this to you?
Yeah, because I mailed the packet up, and it comes in the mail on like a blue card with my name and address on top.
Let me ask you this: do you have any police, anything?
No, you can even look, because the last time at the gas station they even looked.
You don't mind if the detectives look?
Yeah.
All right. You can just hang out. Just hang up here with me, and obviously you can just sit unlocked.
So they even checked. I have no lights, nothing. Yeah. I have no lights, nothing in there.
Now, Officer Snyder continues to play detective to see what this guy's story really is.
When you came out of the store,
yes,
I asked you, who do you work for?
Yes, U.S. Corrections, USC or U.S. Corrections.
What you told me was a federal agency. So what's your connection with a federal agency?
We travel, so we travel across the country, and we're contracted by either state or federal. So the company on the contract has federal contracts and has state contracts.
So you're not actually...
Didn't I say USC? I could have sworn I said USC.
No, I asked you, who do you work for? You said, I work for a federal agency, is what you said. And what were you here at the Verizon store for?
I just legit got my phone. Like, I decided to come from, I just got my phone. And I was headed home. Just got my phone and I was headed home. Because I have to go back, I don't know if Robert told you, I have a trip to go back to. A 2-day trip to do. So I just legit came to pick my phone up and go home. That's it.
Leroy then tries to lie again, but the officer catches him out.
All my gear that I just traveled with, my clothes.
You're attached to the Special Forces unit?
When we were in the, because I'm in the service. I'm in the guard now. And so when you get deployed, you attach to different
Who did you attach to?
I was 53rd down here in Tuxedo Avenue, the National Guard unit. But so we attached to 7th Group when we were in England.
You're attached to 7th Group?
We were attached to 7th Group. Yeah.
53rd was attached to 7th Group?
Yeah.
You sure? Sure about that? I'm gonna
That's what I was told. Because I joined in 2010, so that was what I was told.
Listen carefully.
Okay, sir, go ahead.
Listen very carefully.
I was told that. I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know it honestly.
Stop for a second. Stop for a second. I'm gonna ask you one more time. And I take this very seriously.
Yes, sir.
Okay? I was in. I'm not playing games. You were with 53rd. You're telling me you were attached to 7th group.
I was told that the unit 53rd Combat was attached to 7th group.
Were you attached
I was
to
not
7th group?
attached to 7th group.
So I'm going to ask you again. What's the story with the shirt that has a 7th group emblem on it?
It's special for up t-shirt. Get them, buy them, stuff like that.
So you bought that shirt?
Yeah.
Okay, because you told me you were given that shirt when you were attached to them. Just a second. I just asked you. How'd you get the shirt? You said they gave it to me when I was attached to 7th group.
After this encounter, Thompson entered a plea of no contest to 1 misdemeanor charge of unlawful use of police insignia and 2 misdemeanor counts of openly carrying a weapon. He was adjudicated guilty and served fines totaling $348.